Thank you so much for caring about our municipal elections. They really are the heartbeat of American democracy. My name is Quinn Mecham, and I'm running for Orem City Council. Orem's been a wonderful place to raise my family, and I'm running as a way of giving back to my community just a little bit of what we've received by living here. My personal and professional passion is building strong communities. My dad graduated many years ago from Orem High School, and we moved back here when I took a job as a professor at BYU. We sent our 4 kids to Hillcrest and Cherry Hill and Lake Ridge and Orem High School, where I still have a son who's a student. I was a school board member before we moved to Orem, and I've been deeply involved in Orem since day one here. First as a youth sports coach, which I did for many years. Then on the Utah County Good Governance Advisory Board, and for the last 6 years, I've been on Orem's Natural Resources Advisory Commission, where I served as chair. I believe in transparency and fiscal responsibility, and in making wise, long-term investments that will really pay off for our children. Now, more than ever, in this current political climate, we really need to listen to everyone. We need to build bridges between people who disagree, and we need to find creative and practical solutions to our challenges. We urgently need to return to Orem's traditional values of trust, of mutual respect, and collaboration to become the community that I know we all want to be. I have many priorities for the City of Orem, but I just want to focus on 2. The first is citizen engagement. I've spent years of my career trying to understand what makes communities great. The first thing that we've got to get right is we need everyone from all parts of Orem involved in setting our direction. Good leaders listen. They elevate the people around them. They understand what matters most. They learn from others. They learn from other communities. They have the ability to change their minds as they get new information. And they always take the concerns of citizens seriously. One of the ways that we can get that kind of feedback is through vibrant citizen councils. Citizen councils that represent all segments of the community that advise the city on our pressing issues. I personally have helped to build our Natural Resources Commission, which is a citizen council, and I've seen how much people from all over Orem have to contribute. I'm really heartened that we've recently restarted our Orem Youth Council. We really need the young people in our city to have a say in the direction that we go. I will advocate for an Orem Seniors Council. I really think that our senior citizens in the city have enormous insight and a great role to play. And I want to see all parts of our city excited and engaged in being part of the city because they know that they're heard and that they know they have good ideas to contribute. A second high priority for me is building community. And there are a few specific ways to do that. We need to start with our city staff. My daughter is a first responder. I believe that we must continue to attract and retain amazing emergency services and city staff. We want people here in our city who feel like they can thrive and they can grow and that they love working for the city. We also need to have amazing neighborhoods, and we have such a foundation there of neighborhoods that have people who really care about each other and really watch out for each other. I want to preserve those great neighborhoods. We also have a rich agricultural heritage, and I want to preserve our remaining agricultural land, especially our orchards, which have been so significant in shaping Orem. I will help to bring new businesses and restaurants to Orem and improve our quality of life by investing in our parks and our recreation, our trails, our library, our arts, our farmers market, and our wonderful community events. I think it is entirely reasonable for Orem to have a goal that we have the best parks in Utah County, that we have the best youth recreation, that we have the best library with the most offerings of all kinds of wonderful things that people can borrow and events that we can go to there. I think we can have the best restaurants in Utah County, the best art scene, the best farmers market, and the best community events. I really think we have the potential to do that, and it just requires us to have a singular focus on the quality of life that we're providing to all of our residents here. One of the ways that we can do better at building community is we can take seriously the partnerships that we have in the city with those who also care about a very vibrant Orem. Utah Valley University is going to be an indispensable partner for us as we try to bring in and keep the wonderful talent of people that come to the university and are looking for employment and would love to stay in Orem. We need to find a way to keep them here. We have a brand new school district that we're going to be building, and that's so exciting. And having a real working positive partnership with our new school district will be essential for the city going forward. And finally, we have lots of neighbors. We have great neighbors to the north and to the south and to the west of us that we need to be actively working with to find ways to collaborate on some of our challenges, particularly around traffic and some of our development challenges. And so building partnerships with organizations and cities is really critical to creating that kind of community that we need. What we really want to have here, and what I've seen in lots of communities that are thriving, is people who identify strongly. They say, I am from Orem. It's part of who I am. I love living here. And because I love living here, I want to be really engaged in helping to set the direction that this city will go in the future. In many ways, Orem is a mature city. We are largely built out on our existing land. But in other ways, we have a lot of choices to make in the future. And so a lot of the things that we are currently debating in the city is about who we want to be. What's the vision for the kind of city we want to be? The first thing that I think we have to get right is we have to treat one another with great dignity and respect and develop norms of how we collaborate. We can solve any of our challenging issues if we collaborate well. If people have trust in the system, if they know that they will be heard and that they know that they have leaders who respect their perspectives and are doing their very best to accommodate the diverse opinions that we have in the city. The biggest question, I think, is how do we develop? Who do we want to be here and to live here? We are primarily a residential community. We have wonderful single-family homes that will be the core of who we are and is core to our identity as Family City USA. We have great agricultural lands. There aren't very many left, but we have some good ones, and we want to preserve those agricultural lands and open spaces. At the same time, we have a big challenge of figuring out how to keep our kids here. So when we have kids, and I've got several that have just moved on from high school and college, how do they go to school and come back here? How do we bring them back? And where do they have opportunities to find affordable housing? And so while we need to have a firm commitment to preserving wonderful neighborhoods and wonderful neighborhood cultures, doing our very best to preserve agriculture and open spaces, we also need to be open to mother-in-law apartments and look for opportunities to have some new starter homes so that our children can return to Family City USA and be part of our extended families here. Well, you know, I've dedicated my personal and professional life in the private sector, in the public sector, and in education to really understanding what makes communities strong. I will bring that expertise and that leadership commitment to help shape Orem's future. I believe that those of us who are lucky enough to live here are part of a great family, and as part of that family that we can come together and we can support each other. I'm committed to the idea that every single resident in Orem should have an opportunity to thrive and to lend their voice to help shape our bright future. And that comes through channels of citizen engagement. It comes through vibrant neighborhoods and public spaces where people can mingle and get to know each other. It comes from the way we celebrate who we are and how we work together. I'm committed to a future in Orem that brings the best opportunities for people to have a high quality of life and to love where they live.